Hi guys, we're at the end of week 22 of taking 100 milligrams of sertraline to treat Pppd and CPTSD. As I told you last week, I'm away at the moment at my holiday home. I've been about a 2 out of 10, which is amazing. Hardly felt any dizziness yesterday. I was so distracted that I wasn't focused on anything, no symptoms. Very, very mild. So I came down here Friday night was fine. Whole of yesterday was fine. Had a really good night last night. Lovely. Went out dancing. It's my friend's partner's birthday. That's why we're down here together. So it's 4 of us. And yeah, I've been fine. Today I've been okay too. I've done a lot of sitting down, which I don't normally like doing. Have felt slight. I mean, I've been a 2, so I've not been symptom free, but I've been about a 2 until. We're now 6:30, 7 o'clock in the evening, maybe a bit later than that. I haven't had dinner yet and I haven't taken my tablet yet, my sertraline yet. We've just sat down. We're on the coast just by the beach, and they're sort of drinking because it's his birthday. And my friend sort of had a cocktail and she said, "Oh, go on, just have one, because I'm not really a drinker." But I said, "Go on then, I'll have one." So I had a pina colada, and I only managed to drink half of it, and I started to feel a bit funny. And I sort of realised that I'm sitting there and they're all deep in conversation and sort of looking at me, trying to involve me in the conversation, and I'm just sort of like zoning out because I'm concentrating on what's going on within me rather than outside of me. So they're talking to me and I'm parasympathetic breathing and trying not to show it. So they probably think I'm being really quiet and really weird. So yeah, I feel like a bit, considering I've only had sorry about the background noise, there's a lot of people here. I've only had a couple of sips of a very, very small cocktail, and I'm like, a rum is normally okay with me, but yeah, just don't feel right. So, and it's only early. But yeah, it's, I've been doing all the right things. I can feel it's calming down, but it's the hypervigilance or the tendency to go inwards is still there. And yeah, maybe it's because I'm tired, I don't know. How are you guys doing? You alright? If you're not, please send me a comment. I'd like to hear how you're all progressing with stuff. I really believe that this year, this is my 3rd year of having it. I developed this in 2021. Actually, I've got something to tell you. Sorry, obviously I don't plan what I'm going to say on these videos. I just kind of come out and say whatever to you. But obviously, those of you who followed my journey for a while, you'll know that I developed chronic dizziness following the COVID vaccine. 4 days after my 2nd dose of AstraZeneca, my world changed, and I wanted to create some awareness about Pppd, and I read an article that a friend of mine sent me in a national newspaper in the UK, and it was specifically about COVID-19 vaccines and vaccine damage payment schemes and things like that, and how many people are coming out the woodwork that have had issues. I'm not suggesting that any of you guys have had this stuff as a result of the vaccine, but I'm just letting you know that for those of you that have or know someone that has, even if you haven't, I'm trying to create awareness of Pppd because, so I phoned this journalist basically after seeing this article, and she's going to feature me in the Daily Express newspaper. There's no kind of, I'm not interested in monetary gain. I just want to help people, and I think it's absolutely shocking that a GP doesn't know what this is, a neurologist doesn't know what this is, an ENT specialist doesn't know what this is. I've had to go through, as you know as well, because you've been no doubt in this same position. Why don't more clinicians know what this is. And even if it's just the diagnosis just describes how we feel, doesn't matter. People are being told, you know, that they're just going to have to learn to live with this, get a home health aid. You know, Yoni Arthur talks about this all the time. The lack of information and awareness is absolutely unacceptable. And so I thought, I'm going to contact this journalist, and I spoke to her at length about what had happened. And I also sent, because she asked for evidence, I sent my clinic letter from my audiologist in Harley Street, the one that I paid a lot of money for, who said that he is commonly, quote unquote, seeing this in his clinic following COVID infection and vaccination. And I said to her, look, I just want, there's no motivation behind this other than to create awareness of Pppd. And I hope that if it's in a national newspaper, that when GPs are on a train on their way to work, they pick that up and read it and look into it and find out what it is, because it is common. The physiotherapist, when I first went to see her, and I said that I'd been referred by the doctor that I see, Dr. Aaron, and she said, and she rolled her eyes, she said, wow, another one after the vaccine, another one, she said. I said, oh, is this common? She's very, very at the moment. I'm dealing with a lot of people like this. So it needs to be recognised, it needs to be pushed out, and more people need to become aware of Pppd. So that's what I've done. My boyfriend doesn't know, I haven't told him anything about this. I'm only telling you guys. But it's so important. And she said, how's your life been affected by it? And I'm like, where do you start? I mean, you know, to anyone who's looking at this objectively, they'll see that I'm a woman who's on a phone, walking without an aid, along a beachfront in Margate, seemingly completely normal, and yet I'm walking around with in my ears, my eyes all floaters all over the place. Feel like I'm floating when I go to bed, feel like I'm walking on a trampoline, but I've got so used to it that I can appear completely normal, and that's the scary thing about it, and that's what infuriates me. It's like sometimes I just want to get a t-shirt made that says, I have vertigo, chronic, please stop your dog and children from walking into me, please avoid me with your trolley. You don't know how difficult this is just to get out of bed and deal with life. And people need to know. People need to know that just because I'm walking around and living my life, what choice do we have? What choice do we have? To those of you who've just got this and are terrified and you can't get out of bed, you will get to my stage. But it doesn't mean that I'm better. I'm not better yet. I'm not saying that I can't make a full recovery. I can, but the perception of it, it's like, you know, and people look at you and go, oh, you're looking well, you must be better. It's just the worst, isn't it? But more people need to be made aware of it, particularly in the medical system. They'll probably no one will look at it, or it, you know, nothing will come of it. But the important thing is that I do something productive to try and, I don't know, feel like I'm doing something with this experience to help other people. That's why I'm doing these videos, and that's why I've gone to the press. I just think it's so important, and the government do need to acknowledge that, you know, we know COVID affects the ears and the brain. And I sent them a photograph. Sorry, screaming children. I sent them a photograph of me the day that I had the vaccine, which is just coincidental. I don't often take that many selfies really, but it was me and my partner who both had glasses on, and it was a social media post just saying, oh, we're making a spectacle of ourselves. But it was really like a funny sort of photo. I was in a good mood. I wasn't stressed remotely. I was happy. I was joking around, you know. I was glad that I'd been vaccinated. 4 days later, bang, what the hell's this, you know? And it's just not acceptable that people are going, oh, what's Pppd? And, oh, you know, and no. So I just can't sit down and accept things. I just have to do something with it. But I suppose I am improving, but my life, when the journalist said, how's it affected your life? I didn't know where to start. I didn't know where to start. And I'm doing all these things. I'm out and I'm trying to, you know, do things that make me happy and use my creativity, but I'm doing these things without feeling fully myself, and I just want to be well, doing these things, feeling well and feeling normal, and I don't feel that way yet. So I just said that to her, and she was horrified to hear that I was having to sit on an exercise ball to eat my dinner for the best part of 2 years, and sit on a massage chair just to feel normal. And I said to her, that's something that's, you know, a maladaptive behaviour, and that I've got to have physiotherapy to correct that. But at the moment, my nervous system's still in such a heightened state that I can't do any corrective work until I calm right down. So I feel like the medication is helping me get calmer and calmer. So it's time to start the physio very soon. And yeah, just focus my attention on living life. Anyway, I'm going to go because it's getting really loud now. But I hope you're all okay, and I'll speak to you on Sunday. See you later. Bye.